Yeah, hi Nate. O'Shea, obviously a career high tonight. Thinking back to him joining the team on a 10-day a couple months ago, can you just speak to the how invaluable he's become to this roster over the past few months?
Yeah, he's been doing a great job, playing his role the right way. His size out there at that four spot, makes him very versatile. He can hit the three like you've seen. He's rebounding it yet, double digits in boards here again tonight. I think he does a good job of cutting when he's supposed to cut. His instincts are good, but just his overall work ethic, is what got him here. He's been a worker his entire life and plays hard, and he's going to continue to play hard and keep getting better. He puts a lot of time in the gym, and he's a very smart player, and his teammates really like having him on the floor.
Jay Michael.
Nate, what's the status of Karras? Was it just you didn't want to risk it and was okay with him sitting out the second half? And
they ruled him out in the second half. He took that fall underneath the basket right in front of our bench in the first half, and they called it a migraine headache. He had migraine headaches when he was younger as a kid. That's what he told me. So I'm going to go check on him here again as well when the game or when I'm done talking with you guys. So, but that's what they said. It was a migraine, and they said he was unavailable in the second half.
Bob Kravitz.
Yeah, Nate, we still don't know who you're going to play. The game is really tight with about 2 minutes left. But could you just touch on some of the challenges that each team, Charlotte and Washington, pose in the next game?
Yeah, both teams are, very talented, 1 through 5, and including their benches, versatile guards and experienced active bigs. Both teams are, we haven't seen Charlotte here in a while, but they've been playing good basketball all year long. Same thing with the Washington Wizards. I know you mentioned they're in a tight one. I don't want to get into too many specifics on each team. We've been preparing to be ready for both of them. And we'll continue that until we get the final score here in a few minutes. And then that will be our focus going forward for our next opponent.
Christos, go ahead.
Hello, Coach. At this point of the season, we saw players like Kellan Martin, Jakar Sampson. Tonight, also Brissett made huge step up. What it means about the depth of your team and how satisfied you are about their progress?
Yeah, the progress that those guys have made has been great. We've been talking about it here the last few games. They've been stepping into these ball games and getting valuable minutes and playing very well. It shows how hard they've worked to stay in great condition, to keep in tune, in every huddle, every timeout situation, film sessions, everything. So they're mentally ready as well. But they're making nice plays, and they're making the right plays. I think this team continues to share the basketball. Defensive end, they're continuing to talk and fight and do the best that they can each possession. We can string some stops together, and that's when we're at our best. And then TJ McConnell, we mentioned, O'Shea's big game with 31 and 10. TJ had 17 assists there. So, very big number, and just the way that he pushes it and shares it. Played a good ball game.
Bob?
And we saw Malcolm trying out the hamstring before the game. How close is he, and is there any chance he can go on Tuesday?
There is a chance. I think he's very close. He was out there working and sprinting and going through all the tests. He told me right after it, he just says, "Coach, I can't go tonight, but I'm getting closer." So he wants to be out there very bad, as you've seen him working. And Domas tonight, going, saying that he can play. That was big, fighting through that quad injury to go help his team to get this W so we can fly back to Indiana for a home game.
Yeah, Nate, I would assume, is Aaron kind of in the same situation as Malcolm? And then I know you said Miles probably would not play on Tuesday. Is there any chance that Edmund or Jeremy could be available?
I don't think so on Miles or Jeremy, but it's still, I know it's only a couple days away. I think Aaron and Edmund are both getting closer as well. We'll just have to see, this next day here will be important on finding out who's back health-wise.
Anything else before we wrap up, Coach, here? All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Three, two, one. Thanks, JJ. TJ McConnell with us. TJ, the mindset going into today, knowing that you guys had packed, not knowing where you were going to go and how badly you wanted to get back home.
I honestly think we were just kind of focused on winning this game, controlling what we can control, and that's going out and executing.
Hey, sorry, DJ. I think we got muted there.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, I think we were just kind of worried about controlling what we can control, coming out and getting a win here. We can't control the Washington-Charlotte game, and we were just focused on this one, coming out and getting a win.
Scott, go ahead.
So that game's gone final, so you guys will host Charlotte. I know you're probably not in that mindset, but what generally do you remember about the challenge with facing this Hornets team?
I mean, they're just really good. They play fast. They got a lot of high-level scores, and the last time they came to Bankers, I think from start to finish, really just outplayed us. We got to come out, be extremely ready, do what we do, move the ball, be disruptive on defense, and get out and go.
Bob.
Yeah, TJ, a couple of weeks ago, you mentioned that this is a team that clearly has not quit on its coach. Were you upset by some of the reports that came out a couple of weeks ago, and what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I was upset because it's just not true. I think it's pretty unfair, what was written about him. people don't really think about that. You know, he has a family and kids, and the stuff that's being said just isn't true. And I got his back. I know all the players in this locker room have his back, and that shows by how we've played. We haven't quit on him. You know, great guy, great coach, and he loved playing for him.
Chris.
TJ, 17 more assists today, matching your career high, but you've been so good offensively, looking for your own shot this year. What's been the biggest difference for you maybe in the last 2-3 months from an offensive perspective than maybe earlier in your career?
You know, it's kind of as messed up as this is to say, it's kind of, you know, the injuries that have decimated our team have kind of forced me into a role that, you know, I'm always going to get people the ball and get into the lane and look for them. But it's gotten me out of my, you know, not comfort zone, but it's made me look to score more. And that's what our team needed from me, I think, throughout these stretches. And that's what I tried to do.
Christos.
Hello, DJ. Since the game against the Hawks that you won that game, you have shown a lot of improvements on your game. How important for you is to carry on that effort to the playing tournament, and what did you notice as the biggest improvement at this stage of the season?
You know, improvement wise, just for me, it was just getting in the gym, you know, getting reps and watching film, seeing what I can do to help this team. And I think that's all of our mindset. And going into the play-in tournament, every possession is magnified. You know, when you go to playoff basketball, every single possession matters. So, you know, we've got to come in and fix what we did last time against them and be extremely ready to go.
Chris.
Yeah, TJ, you were undrafted coming into the NBA. What have you seen from guys like Keelan Martin and O'Shea Brissett as they've had to really carry a pretty big load here during the last month?
I think it really just simply comes down to being pros. That's what you do when you're a pro. When your number gets called, you step up and you have to be ready to provide. And they've provided in a big way for this team. And I've said it time and time again. Those two guys have been just pros, and you know they're working every day, coming in, and they've been huge for us. So, you know, all the credit to them. They deserve it.
Anything else for TJ before we wrap? All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.